$100. Thank you guys for coming today and joining me in my celebration of this speech. Today I'm going to be talking about getting out of debt and the importance of saving money. Yes! Woo. Anyways, before we begin, I just want to talk about the alarming statistics and basically the consumer debt that everyone has. The total population of Americans who are in debt of household goods and other consumer household buys. But anyways, statistics shows that we are 2.4 trillion in 2010 in debt, which is quite a bit, and that's an average of $7,800 per household. And anyways, 33% of that is revolving debt, which is from credit cards, and 67% is from loans, such as car loans, student loans, and mortgages. And basically what I have here highlighted student loans because that's one of the biggest occurring debts right now from students in America, because it actually shows that more people who are going to school, students, they're actually dropping out due to student loans, because basically the student loans are so high and they're going out and partying too much that they end up having to drop out to start paying for their student loans. So they have to go get a job and no longer in school. And now they have these student loans which are increasing in debt. Next slide, please. Anyways, to understand the statistics, we have to know why this is such an alarming effect, and that we need to look at what causes Americans to go in debt. Next slide. Anyways, most of this is due to behavior issues. And what I mean by behavior issues, this is something that we have grown up to get ourselves in debt. I know many of us have grown up with games such as Monopoly or the game of life, as I have in this picture of this tattoo that's on his chest, has tattooed on their chest that mentions that this game sucks. Anyways, about this, basically what I mean by we grown up to do this is that credit card companies are teaching us as little kids when parents buy us toys that we need to have a credit card to pay for things. And one good example is such as Shopper Barbie. When you buy a Shopper Barbie for your daughter from the store, basically Shopper Barbie comes with a Discover card. And basically when you get to your kid, what she's thinking is, oh, I have to have Discover to be able to buy something, and so I have to have life. To be able to have life, I need to have a Discover card to be able to buy all those things that I would like to get. Please, next slide. So this is what's causing us to all go into credit card debt, and as in my image, I'm showing this devil because credit card debt is horribly bad. But anyways, as stated by Dave Ramsey, they are on campuses giving away free T-shirts, free hats, and free pizza. And basically, they're all trying to trade their financial souls for a dabbling slice of pizza, which is pretty ridiculous, because when these college students are going into these colleges, they're not really thinking about what their future financial goals are going to be. And basically, what's causing this is basically we're learning as children, and then now we're getting older, and basically we're now going to college, and we're still doing the same thing. We're still learning how to get ourselves in debt without knowing the alarming effects it has on us. Next slide, please. So I want you all to imagine yourself being debt-free. Debt-free.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
So who all has debt?
This guy.
So is it 7 out of 10 that have debt? That's very alarming. Very alarming. A lot of debt. Does anybody want to describe it? Anybody want to give an input on how much debt they have?
20,000.
We got 20,000.
Collectively.
45,000.
We got 45,000. Wow. I mean,
2,000.
that's a lot. I can't even.
We just
From
bought
my
a brand new
personal
car. What do you expect?
From my personal experience, I mean, I used to have $5,000 worth of debt, and I was in reoccurring $5,000 in debt for 5 years, and it took me 3 years to finally realize how am I going to get out of this debt. And the best way we learn this is by next slide. Is by learning how to become debt free. And the best way to start that is by establishing yourself an emergency fund. An emergency fund is basically, since you're trying to work your way getting out of debt, you're going to save at least $1,000 to help pay down that debt Because let's say you're trying to pay off a credit card, but now something happens. Let's say your transmission goes out. Well, what do you want to do? You want to use your credit card because you don't have the money to pay for that transmission. But if you save up so much money while you're trying to work yourself getting out of debt, then basically with that being said, you'll use that emergency fund to pay off that transmission that you need to get fixed. Next slide. Another good way is to sell things. As stated by Dave Ramsey, you need to sell something. Sell so much stuff that your kids think they're next. Bust it. You can even call them dog eBay. And basically, as it continues to say, you just really need to find ways to help get yourself out of debt. Because in the long term, when you're out of debt, you can actually go back and buy more stuff. So get rid of stuff now that you really don't need, and then later on, when you actually get yourself out of debt and you have money, then go buy that stuff again. Next slide, please. He has helped create a system called the debt snowball. It wasn't specifically him that created it, but he has really thrown it out there to a lot of Americans to help get them out of debt, because that's what Dave Ramsey loves to do. He loves to help get people out of debt. It's one of the things that he's passionate about. Next slide. And so basically, as we're working to get ourselves out of debt, and we have the debt snowball, and the debt snowball basically is you're taking your highest debt to the lowest, and you basically list them in order. And the one thing you want to do is when you're trying to get out of debt is you want to start with the lowest debt first. No matter how high your percentage is on any of your credit cards, it doesn't matter, because if you start with the lowest one, what does that create when you pay it off? It creates a sense of, I'm getting out of debt, I can do this. It's an accomplishment, exactly. So basically, that's what you want to have. You want to have that establishment of your emergency fund and then your debt snowball to help you get out of debt. Anyways, on this slide right here, I have save for a rainy day. And I mention this because saving is the hardest step, because you have to face you. Only you are keeping yourself from saving money. Because a lot of us, we get money and all we want to do is spend it because we think we have to have the latest things. And that happens to a lot of us. And no one needs to be pointing fingers, because I know we all do it. I even have trouble doing it. And anyways, so you just basically gotta look at yourself in the mirror and say, what is the problem? What do I need to do that's going to help myself learn how to save money? And what do I need to save money for? And a good example for me is like, let's say I want to get a car. I want to get like a brand new car. But I don't technically have the money right now to buy that car. And so basically what I'll do is I'll buy a cheaper car. Yes, it might have some problems, but I'll have a budget set up for it, so when something goes wrong with that vehicle, I'll be able to drive it. And then it might take me 5 years, such as Gibson want to get his Challenger over here. You know, he wants to get this Challenger. What do you think is going to be the best step for you to do to get this Challenger? Save money! You got it. Okay, next slide. Use credit card. Anyway, so basically, I just wanted to inform you because I want to help you have some common sense for your dollars and cents. And saving is actually an exercise of character. Saving tells people who you are. It actually helps promote wealth when you save money. Because when you're always spending money more than what you make, because you're making credit card payments, then you're never going to have that overall wealth that you've always wanted and that you could have. And you could have that Challenger paying it off in cash, which most likely, when you pay a vehicle off in cash, they will give you a better deal, and the value of it is actually a lot higher than buying it on credit. Next slide, please. And these are my references if anybody wants to look at them.
Yay!
So, thank you for listening.